Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yutong, and I'm a sophomore here at UNC Chapel Hill. I'm also executive director of the Food Ark this year. So the Food Ark is a nonprofit organization based in North Carolina, and we have chapters at many high schools in the Triangle region, such as Enloe, Sanderson, Broughton, and Green Level. And the mission of the Food Ark is to fight food insecurity in local youth through educating, fundraising, and donating. Oh, next slide. I initially joined the Food Ark because of my interest in gardening, but through the organization, I realized how prevalent and serious the issue of food insecurity actually is. Most of the schools we have chapters at are located in Wake County, one of the counties with the highest median household income. However, according to WakeGov, 12% of the population in Wake County is food insecure, and that includes more than 37,000 children under the age of 18. And for some perspective, the national average of food insecurity is 10.2 according to the USDA. So what does the Food Ark actually do? Next slide. So first, we educate. Frequently, food insecurity has frequently been regarded with stigma. So one of our top priorities as an organization is to raise awareness and educate. To do so, we host general meetings, we invite guest speakers, and we also post resources on social media. Additionally, we bring education to all of our fundraisers. An example of this is the Fruit by the Loop 5K held by the Panther Creek chapter before COVID. This was a Krispy Kreme style challenge in which the participants would run one lap, eat some fruits, and then finish the race. And along the trail, we had volunteers who would cheer on the runners, but they would also be holding up signs with food insecurity facts. Next, we donate. Most of the chapters we have a garden on campus, and some even greenhouses. This allows us to host garden work days and donate those produce to local food shuttles and pantries. And all of our chapters have hosted food drives in collaboration with their school, and some have food pantries established for more direct impact on their peers. As I mentioned before, the Food Ark acts through its various high school branches to bring about more local and customizable change. So we recognize that each school has different needs and different ways of fighting food insecurity. To accommodate for this, the Food Ark hosts an internal competition every year called the Innovation Challenge. The Innovation Challenge is a chance for each of the chapters to present a project they want to implement at their school to fight food insecurity. And the winner will be given a grant the next year to carry it out. And the winner this year is Enloe Food Ark, and I'll give the stage to them to present their winning proposal.
It's bright up here. Hi, y'all. My name is Ruth Uzochukwu, and I am the president of the Enloe Food Ark chapter. This is Hebe, Sofia, and Andres, and we are all from Enloe High School, located in Raleigh, Southeast Raleigh to be specific. And this proposal that we are showing you guys is what won us a $750 grant from the Food Ark. All right, next slide, please.
To start us off, this year's Innovation Challenge prompt asked us to create a plan to encourage education regarding food insecurity in our community. Primarily, we chose to focus on how food insecurity affects adolescents. Adolescents face a higher degree of malnutrition and food insecurity than younger children due to a myriad of factors, such as stigma from peers and the pressure of familiar responsibilities. Food insecurity also carries more weight on adolescent minds. According to a study by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Resources, household food insecurity from early to mid-adolescence is significantly tied to more psychological and behavioral problem symptoms, meaning that the impact of food insecurity affects everything in the adolescent's life, including their education. Next slide, please. This brings us to our focus on bridging the educational gap between access to food and the ability to prepare it. Food security cannot be achieved if students are not capable of utilizing available resources to their full potential.
Next slide, please. The problem that the Enloe Food Ark chapter had to tackle was, what more could be done other than providing food resources to students? The answer lies within what occurs to the food after it has been taken out of the food pantry. This is why we want to focus on the cooking habits of adolescents. Looking into cooking as an isolated practice, a study funded by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute found that adequate cooking skills learned in adolescence granted individuals with a lifelong healthy relationship with food. Next slide, please. From a poll from 114 adolescents across the Wake County area revealed that 40% of adolescents only knew how to cook 5 or less dishes. This shows the need for more education regarding food preparation. Looking further into cooking from home, another benefit of home cooking is that it's more economically viable than any other alternative, not to mention that it generally leads to healthier meals.
So our solution is comprised of 3 elements: educational meetings, cooking lessons, and take-home meal kits. Next slide, please.
Okay, so during each quarter, our club holds 2 meetings. We plan on holding 2 meetings, an educational meeting and then a cooking session following it. So the educational meetings will cover topics such as eating healthily and how it can be difficult for students, how to properly and affordably grocery shop, how eating disorders develop, and how to build healthier coping mechanisms, and then finally, how to continue your cooking journey, including resources on how to cook more. These meetings are planned to be held as seminars to create a safe space for usually uncomfortable and difficult conversations. And then following that, we're going to hold a cooking lesson. So the goal of these lessons will be to cover a specific cooking skill. So the selected skills include preparing vegetables, so learning how to cut them, how to chop them, how to julienne, how to saute, learning to safely use cooking utensils, maximizing the nutritional value of processed foods, and preparing different food groups. So on the slide are some of the different meals that we have chosen to cook this quarter. And then taking advantage of technology, we also plan on live streaming all of those meetings on Instagram since we're teens. We all use social media. And we hope that by doing so, we can encourage more students to follow along anywhere and everywhere.
The final step of our plan is our take-home meal kits, which allow students to continue cooking outside of the program. Each meal kit will contain 4 serving sizes and will be left in the food pantry to protect student confidentiality.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Nutrition education strengthens food security, and that is why we must bridge the gap between food resources and food preparation skills in adolescence.
Thanks to the Food Ark, we will be launching this initiative within the next 2 weeks, and we'll be hosting 25 students at our school to learn how to cook this year, so yay to that. We are also incredibly grateful to be able to do the work that we are doing because, again, we do come from Southeast Raleigh, which is considered a food desert. So any action that we are able to take to better the students at our school and in our community is something that we're incredibly grateful to be able to do. So thank you.